So now we are going to start with the 11th sum. So I'll read the 11th sum. The company details, the following details of R Limited for the year ended 31st March 15 are given below. Operating leverage, combined leverage, fixed costs excluding interest, sales, 12% debentures, equity share capital and income tax rate. You are required to calculate the financial leverage, the profit volume ratio and the earning per share. If the company belongs to an industry whose asset turnover is 1.5, does it have a high or a low asset average? At what level of sales the earning before tax of the company will be equal to 0? So it is a lengthy sum, so we are going to solve it right now. So let's solve the sum. This is the 11th sum. First, let me write the format. Sales minus variable costs will give me contribution, minus fixed costs will give me earning before interest and tax, minus interest will give me earning before tax, minus tax will give me earning after tax, and there is no preference share capital, so this if I divide by number of equity shares I'll get earning per share. So this I divide by number of equity shares, I'll get the earning per share. So the entire data I filled it out. Now they have given fixed cost of 2.4 lakhs. So 2,04,000 is the fixed cost which I will be writing here. They have given a sales of 30 lakhs. So I will be writing here sales of 30 lakhs. Then there is debentures worth rupees 21 lakh 25, and on this we can calculate the interest. So interest on debentures I will calculate. So 21 lakh 25,000 are the value of debentures, and on this 12% is the rate of interest. So 2,55,000 will be the interest on debentures. So 2,55,000 I will be able to write here as my interest. Then they have given the tax rate to be 30%. So the tax I will be writing here at the rate of 30%. And so these details are given to us. Now we have operating leverage and we have combined leverage. So we have operating leverage and we have combined leverage. So operating leverage is 1.4 and the combined leverage is 2.8. So we know that the combined leverage is nothing but the operating leverage into the financial leverage. So 2.8 is the combined leverage, operating leverage is 1.4, we need to find the financial leverage. So financial leverage will be 2.8 divided by 1.4. So the financial leverage we are going to get is 2. Now we will use the formula for financial leverage. So the formula for financial leverage is EBIT divided by EBT. So EBIT I will divide by EBT. Now I don't know EBIT, I don't know EBT. So I will write EBT as EBT is nothing but EBIT minus the interest. So EBIT minus the interest is my EBT. So I will substitute EBT with that formula. So financial leverage we have 2, EBIT I don't know. EBT I will be writing it as EBIT minus interest. So EBIT minus interest, this part will be written. Now the interest component I know, which is 2,55,000. So this part is known to me. So I will take, let EBIT be X. So 2, this will be X, this will be X minus 2,55,000. So now 2 multiplied by X minus 2,55,000 is equal to X. So 2x minus 2,55,000 into 2. So this will be 5,10,000 is equal to X. So 2x minus X will be 5,10,000. So X will be 5,10,000. So X we will take it as 5,10,000. And X is nothing but EBIT. So EBIT I will be taking as 5,10,000. So I know my EBIT to be 5,10,000. Now 5,10,000 minus 2,55,000. So here I am getting 2,55,000. Now on this 2,55,000 there is 30% of tax, which is 76,500. Finally, I have 178,500 as my EAT, earning after tax. I know the number of equity shares. So 17 lakhs if I divide by 10. So I will be getting 1,70,000 as my number of equity shares. So 178,500 when I divide by 1,70,000 shares. So 1.05 will be my earning per share. Now we can fill this also. 5,10,000 plus 2,04,000. So we are going to get 7,14,000. And from 30 lakhs we are going to subtract 7,14,000. So 22,86,000 is our variable cost. So we are able to complete the entire part table. We have to calculate the financial leverage. So financial leverage we have already calculated to be 2. So one part is over. Then we need to find the PV ratio. So the profit volume ratio we need to find it. For the time being, I'm just writing the formula. The profit volume ratio, we have the formula contribution divided by sales and multiply by 100. So your contribution is 7,14,000 and the sales is 30 lakhs, and this we are going to multiply by 100. 7,14,000 divided by 30 lakhs. So 23.8% is my PV ratio. So this is nothing but a profit volume ratio. So how much contribution you are able to earn on your sales. So if it is 23.8 means on 100 rupees of sales, 23.8 rupees is your contribution that we will study in our costing part. Now we have to find the earning per share. So we have already found the earning per share, which is 1.05. So the second component is also answered. Now if the company belongs to an industry and the asset turnover is 1.5. So what they have told us that the industry is having an asset turnover of 1.5. Now we need to find the asset turnover for the company. So we will use the asset turnover, and the formula is sales, that is your turnover, divide by the total assets. So this is the formula. We know the sales. Now for total assets, For total assets, we don't have any details of the assets. So what we will do is, we have debentures, we have equity share capital. So we can go further from the liability side approach. So your total assets will be nothing but equal to your equity plus the debt component. So you have equity. You have equity of 17 lakhs and you have a debt of 21 lakh 25,000. So 17 lakhs is your equity and the debt is 21 lakh 25,000. So this will be your total assets from liability side approach, which is 38 lakh 25,000 is your total assets. So now I know the total assets and I know the sales. I can get the asset turnover. So the sales are 30 lakhs. So I know my sales, which is 30 lakhs, and I have my total assets. It is 38 lakh 25,000. So 30 lakhs divided by 38 lakh 25,000. So 0.784, which I'll approx to 0.78. So our asset turnover is 0.78. Now we as a company have an asset turnover of 0.78. But the industry turnover is industry is having an asset turnover of 1.5. It means the industry is having a good turnover ratio, which is 1.5. So our turnover is less than the industry. So our performance is lower than industry standard. So what does this mean? If you have a lower sales, then your asset turnover is going to come down compared to your assets. Or if you have a larger amount of assets, then your asset turnover is going to come down. So if the company is having an asset turnover of 0.78, there are two possibilities. The sales are less compared to the total assets, or you can say the total assets are more compared to the sales. In other words, the company is not able to use their assets efficiently. So that's why the asset turnover ratio is coming low. That will be more clear when we will do ratio analysis. Right now, the company is not at par with the industry. So we have done it. So we have a low asset average compared to industry. Our performance is not that great. Now at what level of sales the earning before tax of the company will be equal to 0? Now they have given you a situation where your EBT, earning before tax, should be 0. Right, and at this point of time, what will be your sales? This is the question. So you can write the format: sales minus variable cost will give you contribution, minus fixed cost will give you earning before interest and tax, minus interest will give you earning before tax. Okay, this you can number it as your fourth part. So this is your solution to the fourth part. Now the EBT, they have mentioned it to be 0. The interest component is, we know, is 2,55,000. So you have the interest component of 2,55,000. So 0 plus 2,55,000 will be 2,55,000. You have a fixed cost. and the fixed cost is 2,04,000. So fixed cost will be 2,04,000. Then 2,55,000 plus 2,04,000. So you'll get 4,59,000 as your contribution. Now variable cost as a percentage of sales we need to find out. Variable cost as a percentage of sales into 100. Now how much is the variable cost? We have, so I will be finding here only variable cost divided by sales into 100. So we have a variable cost of 22,86,000 and we have a sales of 30 lakhs into 100. So 22,86,000 divided by 30 lakhs percentage, 76.2% of the sales is the variable cost. It means if the sales are 100, the variable cost will be 76.2. So this part we are going to use here. So if the sales are 100, the variable cost will be 76.2. So we can get the contribution. So 100 minus 76.2, so 23.8 will be the contribution. Now you cross multiply 100 into 4,59,000 divide by 23.8. So you are going to get the sales figure. So 4,59,000 into 100 divided by 23.8. So I'm going to get a sales of 1928571 approx. So 1928,571 is my sales. 1928,571 minus 4,59,000. So 1469571 will be my variable cost. It means if this is my sales, my EBT is going to be 0. So I'm able to find the sales figure also which they have asked. So I think we have completed the entire part. So I hope you all have understood this sum. Thank you. We will meet in next lecture.